Hey everybody, it's Catherine Sparks coming through. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this crazy astrology that we have going on over the next week or so. If you're human, which I think most of you are, there might be a few cats watching, but mainly humans, you might be noticing that everybody is acting a little weird and having drama in their lives. And if you pay attention to the news, you may be noticing that there's some drama there too. And I wanted to come on and talk to you guys because the energies going on right now are pretty unnerving and drastic. And for me, one of the things that I love about astrology is that, you know, a lot of times things suck, right? Bad stuff happens and things are just hard, but when you have a context for the energies and the reasons behind the things that are going on, if you can contextualize it, it makes it less of, oh my gosh, everything is just going bad for no reason and I have no idea what to do. And it takes you into this place of, okay, well, this is the energy that's coming in and affecting me. And it's making things crazy in this part of my life and in this way. And if I want a certain result, this is how I should use it. So right now, we have a conjunction going on, which is what we call it when two planets are in the same spot, right? And that's between Saturn and Pluto. So Saturn and Pluto are both outer planets. If you think back to second grade when you made the galaxy out of styrofoam circles, Saturn and Pluto are both pretty far out there. Pluto's further than Saturn, but they're both further planets. The ones closer to the planets, they move around a lot quicker. The ones Saturn and further, they move slower. So this particular conjunction only happens once every 30, 35 years or so, in between there. To travel through all 12 signs, it takes several hundred years for it to happen in this particular area of the chart, this sign, which is Capricorn. Saturn is structure. Saturn is boundaries. Saturn is hierarchy and political institutions, rulership, government and law and social structure, not just social. So in our own lives, Saturn is our own personal homework, the steps and the things that we have to do and follow to achieve our highest calling, to achieve our highest selves, to become the thing that we want to be in the world, or whatever you think that your highest expression of self is. That's why Saturn rules Capricorn, which rules the career and the 10th house. Right now, Saturn is in Capricorn. The signs are like clothes and the planets are like people. So for Saturn, who is the ruler, who is, you know, the king, the highest, the CEO, that means that the CEO is walking around in a pinstripe suit that costs $10,000. That's what Saturn likes. Saturn likes expensive. He likes to present himself as being in authority, likes the best of everything. Capricorns, Saturn, Capricorn is the best. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm a Capricorn. Therefore, I'm weighing my Capricorns are the best energy right now. But yeah, Capricorn and Saturn likes quality, likes esteem, likes to be composed. So Saturn in Capricorn is very comfortable. The most comfortable that Saturn can get. He's at home, he's wearing his favorite clothes, and he is powerful, strong as he gets. If Pluto was a person, Pluto's a bit devious, a bit mischievous, and dark. Pluto comes in with a bomb. right? Think about plutonium. Yeah. Pluto's heavy. Pluto uses polarity for destruction. And then from that destruction uses the polarity of the opposite to call forth life. And when Pluto comes through a sign or over one of your planets, it usually means that that thing or that area of your life or yourself will experience a death of some kind. But he's not only a destroyer, he levels the ground. He levels the ground and then he summons something from it. He says, your structure is not who you are. The things that you're comfortable in identifying as that thing, I'm going to destroy that. And I'm going to show you that you aren't really those things, that this value, whether it's money, whether it's yourself, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your political structure, whether it's your own sense of self-governance, I'm going to show you that everything you think about this isn't really what it is. When we experience Pluto knocking down our walls, and then we realize, okay, I rebuilt it this way, then we know that there's not just one way to get through life. There's not just one way to get through situations. There are many, and that we are versatile, and we're hard to kill, man. We are really persistent, and there are many ways to do life. And really, that's what the underlying message of Saturn and Pluto is. We have structure and destruction at once in the same spot. And that's a tornado. That is unpredictable and powerful and scary and really hitting us in this area of Capricorn, that Capricorn is everything that you would traditionally associate with the archetype of the father you can count on, the father you feel safe with, the father that ensures that you have what you need, the father that makes you feel taken care of. That is what Pluto and Saturn are taking away from us right now. The feeling that we are cared for, that we're safe, that there are institutions and structures in place that make us protected. That's being taken away. Nobody's going to do well with that. It's not an easy energy to deal with. So that's why everybody's feeling kind of scared. That's why there's a lot of drama going on. This conjunction is pretty exact right now, but will be absolutely exact on the 12th. On the 10th, we are also having another astrological event that is a full moon in Cancer, which is the house of the mother, right? The moon rules Cancer. That's why in our charts, the moon represents our mother and also our emotional bodies. The full moon in Cancer is usually very nurturing and very strong and very comforting, which we could use right now. The problem is that we are going to have on the 10th a full lunar eclipse as well. And so naturally, if your father lets you down, where do you go? You go to your mother. You go to the moon. And she will be eclipsed. An eclipse is a reset. The light is taken away for a moment, and we are made to experience the world without that light. And then it comes back. So it is another death and rebirth. The way that I see it is that we're all probably going to have feelings of, on one level or another, being orphaned for a minute and feeling like we don't have someone to provide for us. We don't have someone to nurture us, that we're kind of on our own, and that's a scary feeling. I think we're all gonna feel a little bit like children without parents, and because of that, we need to look inside ourselves. We need to find our inner resources and our ability to take care of ourselves. Looking inside and saying, how do I nurture myself? How do I make myself feel secure? What are some things I can do over this next week that are really self-care? How can I make myself feel better if there's nobody to come help me, there's nobody to provide for me, nobody to give me a hug? Like, get your teddy bears and get your, emotional survival equipment out going into this next week, because we're all going to feel very alone and very scared. But on the other side of that, when something's taken away and then brought back, you appreciate it more than ever, especially our moon. Our moon is going to make us feel very frightened, like a scared kid. But the eclipse will then come back. What parts of emotional connections are not serving you or are actively harming you that you want to let go of? Because, hey, a lunar eclipse is a great time to just sweep those things away, because they're all going to feel like they're going away anyway. What don't you want to invite back? And what do you? What kind of emotional stability, what kind of emotional support do you want to call forth from other people? And write those things down. And when the lunar eclipse ends, those are the things that you call. When the lunar eclipse begins, you have your list of things you want to let go of in emotional relationships and connections. As far as Saturn and Pluto, this is a heavy energy, and we're going to be feeling it. And the thing is that if you want to build something new, what do you have to do? You have to level whatever structure's on it first. So that's what's happening here. But because it's the two of them combined, because it's destruction and structure combined, we also have a really powerful energy of summoning up whatever we want at the time of destruction. In order to capitalize on this, and because we're going to be feeling so scared, we don't want to just summon up whatever would make us safe, and we're just like anything, any kind of wall, let's just put it up. Like, we need to be really present of mind and saying, okay, well, if this is all going to go down, what do I want in its place? What exactly do I want to replace it? What exactly am I going to summon? Because Pluto summons that phoenix from the ashes, and Saturn makes it real. So even though it's scary and it's all going to be happening at once, if we go in with a plan saying, okay, here's my plan emotionally, here's my plan with the structure of my life, here is what I want for the world. Even if we don't have control over what's going on in the world, we can all send our intentions out for what we want things to look like and how we want them to be different. Because if we don't like the way things are in our lives or in the world, and we just cry for destruction, or we have destruction, and yet we don't have something to replace it, that's anarchy. And that's not what we want either. So everything's fallen down. We have to get our heads together, true Capricorn fashion. We know that this is hard. We know that this is happening. And we also need to know what we want to come out of it. And that needs to be our focus. So if you're going through a lot right now, I'm just here to tell you that you're not crazy. These are the energies at play. We're seeing them play out in the world. We're seeing them play out in our own lives. Everybody that I talk to right now has had some dramatic thing going on, with their parents or with their home or with their job or Like, dramatic stuff is happening for everyone. So let's all remember that we're in it together. Take this opportunity of these energies causing a huge reset to call in what you want with purpose, with intention, and with consciousness. And if we can do that, then this goes from being a disaster or something that's taken away and beyond our control into something that we are capitalizing on, something that we are riding, a wave that we are surfing. We go from being a victim to being in control. And really, that's the way that we use astrology best, is that we know what's coming, we know the energy, we know the flavor, and we know how to make it into the best outcome we can possibly get. So let's all keep our cool. We know what's coming, we know what we want, we know what we're letting go of, and we're all gonna be okay. And I'll see you on the other side. Everybody breathe. And best of luck, many blessings. And if you want to book a session with me and see what this looks like in your own chart, or if you have any questions, just reach out to me through my website, and that's www.catherinesparks.com. And my heart goes out to everyone. I hope I have your support as much as you have mine. This is a crazy time, but we'll be okay. All right. See you soon.